Okay. Sorry, I'm just enjoying a snack before we begin. So last time ended up not being so short. It was more a matter of we didn't make much progress. But it's coming close to the end of summer, so I want to finish this. So at least we don't leave many loose ends. I'd like to at least get this done. And then if we start on other things, you know, that's its own can of worms. But so today we're gonna ascend Lothric Castle, but before that, I figure we'll open up with one of my favorite bits, which is the Oceiros fight. Not a huge fan of this area coming up, but it's short, so it doesn't matter too much. Which I like about Lothric Castle, actually. It's kind of compact. Like, all the areas you go through are fairly reasonable in their size. Ooh, we got Cathedral Knight armor. Okay. I know there's a point that we can drop off and get some extra stuff. I forget where it is. Is it this one? Yeah. So just jump off here, and we're in the Consumed King's Garden. So yeah, we couldn't get that. I don't think there's anything else. Oh no, there is. There's an Estus shard. That's actually important. So it's a good thing we doubled back the other way. I think on New Game Plus, or New Game Plus 2, there's a ring over there or something like that. I don't remember exactly. My memory isn't great on the New Game Plus ring locations, but there's just, you know, assume there's a lot of those. That's kind of the only New Game Plus content, aside from you get bigger souls from enemies. So like enemies that would normally give small souls now give larger ranked souls. It's kind of the situation there. So as you can see, this garden is full of toxic, which is not the best. It's also full of the pus of man enemies, which implications abound. I don't really recall what it's supposed to imply. A lot of people have gone into like the purpose of those things, because you only see them in a few points of the game, to the point where it'd have to be significant where and why they appear and all that. Wow, this thing pierces through shields fast. I guess these guys don't have the best stability anyways, but that's pretty great. I'm so much happier using the pick than I was using the whip, I have to say that. Like, the pick sucks, but it's not a whip. So it's automatically got some, like, some good reputation in my book. I really don't want to get toxic, because that's going to waste all of our Estus, but this area, I never fail to, oh jeez, never fail to get the status, getting all the treasure in here. Oh lord. Yeah, with those guys wandering around too, it doesn't make it any easier. Just want to see if I can get to a safe spot to pick these dudes off. But I can't get close enough to lock in, of course. Or lock on, rather. Alright. Right, we still can't use Soul Spear. It's okay, we're not using our magic for anything else, so this will do. Just gotta hope that none of the pus of men get angry at me while I'm doing this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't have to kill every slug. Let's just run in and get a couple items. Shadow stuff, black fire bombs. Jump out. Take a little break. Let it wear off. Is this guy alive? He looks like he'd be alive. Yeah, you are. Yeah, he is. Alright. Can kind of scope around the area so we're not spending all our time waiting for the toxic to wear off. Okay. Okay, good. Stealthing through. I usually always piss these guys off before long. That might have to happen here. So I wait for a little while. Yeah, be careful. It's so weird how a hollow can hold up something that crazy. Maybe they don't have that much mass, they just take up a lot of space. Hello. Oh right, I think there's another jump off point here maybe? Not certain. I think there is though, but we'll take that on the way back. This is just to unlock a shortcut. Whoa. Hey. It was a little close for comfort. Night scale. Always good to have those. I'm saving them for the Wolf Knight Greatsword. Whoa. Okay. Guess I got a little lucky there. Oops. Might want to actually lock on. Hey. You're a piece of work, fella. Okay. Now I got these guys to deal with. Not too bad. At least not right now. Later on, maybe a little bit more troublesome. Or at least they're paired with enemies that are just the worst kind of... I don't know what. It's the Lothric Knights, basically. Like, Lothric Knights outside of Lothric Castle are still annoying early game, but they get easier. Lothric Knights in Lothric Castle are like, ugh, kill me. Literally, they kill me. A lot. They just have crazy buffs, and then you also have those guys paired with them, so they're taking less damage, I think. I think that's what they do. Yeah, if you look up here, I think, I'm not sure, but I think that that's the bridge that leads across to the Grand Archives. I think those are the Grand Archives over there. Unless this is them. But no, this is where we came from. So that's Lothric Castle on our... facing this way to our right, and then to our left is the Grand Archives. Let's see... Drop here. Shortcut ahead. Could this be a here? Dragon Skill Ring. I think that lowers backstab damage. But I usually don't worry about getting backstabbed enough to dedicate a ring slot to that. That just helps because that guy won't be bugging us now. I forget, I think he can heal the Lothric Knights down here. But yeah, there's 1, 2 Greatsword guys. We'll handle them last. We'll go back through and get what we can here. Oh, it's Hawkwood. Yeah, let's summon Hawkwood. I'm just gonna do this so that he can test his mettle against the Pus of Man. Come on, guy. Let's go fight some monsters. And in he goes. He's not having the best time thus far. Come on. Go on the offensive, man. How you doing, Hawkwood? Not very good, it seems. This is why I don't like these enemies. They're kind of just like that. Oh! Oh, Lord. See, I'm doing much worse because I don't even have the huge health pool that Hawkwood has to put up with that kind of crap. Poor, poor Hawkwood. Oh, dear. this one get stuck back here? It looks kind of stuck. Maybe we can help it. Hi there. So I guess you can't really voluntarily help those things out. Let's see how much damage it does though. What? Oh, hi there. Actually not doing as much damage as just hitting things, really. But come on now. Okay, so my homing soul masses won't shoot him, and he's not able to move, so I can't really get to the sweet loot I want. Oh, there we go. And it does nothing! Really? How lame is that? Oh god. Yeah, it's really hard to... So I'm saying it's really hard to get a, Oh! Clear gauge of these guys when they're open or not. Ow! See, their attacks just don't end, and they're so... just a slapdash and like random. It's very frustrating trying to take those guys up. Yeah, okay, slug. You dang old slug. I got bigger fish to fry than you. I'm gonna get toxic. Do I still have... No, I don't. Stupid. Alright, well... if we're already toxic, this isn't gonna hurt us anymore to just rush in and murder everything. You know, I should really... I think I neglected to go back to Firelink to get my souls back, so... or to spend my souls, rather, so... I should really head back and do that. I mean, are these guys... not that resistant to magic? It just seems like homing soul mass is not incredibly fantastic. Even hitting with all 5 of them, it was like, what, 69 damage? That won't do. No, that's not good. Oh lord. Is the hollow at the center of me considered a weak point? Fuck me! Well, it's not a concern of mine anymore. I'm gonna go back to the shrine. We had a good run so far. Let's back out while we're successful. Okay. Let me take a look at what's going on here. There we go. I wasn't getting my stream going. Got it now though. Very good. Just turn this to night mode. Okay. I think it just notified me that I went into my own stream. That's good. That's good to know. What did I want to get? 32 intelligence so we can use Soul Spear. That's what I wanted. What should we do after that? Dexterity? Yeah. I think we need Dexterity at 18 and 24 Strength to be able to wield that sweet wolf sword. Wolf Knight's Greatsword. Yep, that's it. So we got a ways to go leveling up that, but as soon as I forsake the whole magic situation we got going, that'll actually become fairly easy. And in expectation of this, let's just level it up a little bit. So we have a good cushion between abandoning our hazel pick and getting that going. Twinkling detect.
brother.
Anything else we can spend on? Oh, this is an important plot item. There's a grandfather in the Pit of Hollows. This is to finish off, or about finish off, Oceiros' quest line. Which is important. That's why we haven't been reallocating. Or did we reallocate? I don't think we have yet. Otherwise she'd be angry at us. As soon as you kind of go check out the whole Rosaria's Fingers Covenant, she kind of isn't happy with you. So we can't actually go from the Pit of Hollows. I think we have to go from the dilapidated bridge. So I planted these, I planted a potato plant, or I planted a whole potato and then I took the eyes out because the rest of the potato wasn't necessary. I was learning as I went. And then I also planted a clove of garlic, and I just kind of let them grow for this whole summer, and I've been watering them. I just have them in like my bedroom window. What ended up happening was I finally, after all this time, the garlic did actually grow. It started growing very fast within the past month or so, because I did that last month with the garlic. The potato plant was there for a bit longer. But, get out of here. But what happened was, the potato plant initially had like 3 stalks growing out of it. When I took the potato out, I think I kind of removed an important part, so they shriveled and died. 2 of them did. The third one stayed, but it didn't grow anymore past what it was already at. So I just kept watering it. At that point, I think it was just a weed, because when I pulled them out recently, and this is what I'm getting at, here we go. Answer Seers of the Sunless Realms call for cooperation. This is what we want to do. But, yeah, after pulling the potato plant out, it was basically just attached to nothing. It was pretty much a weed. It was just sitting there. So that didn't really lead to anything. The garlic, on the other hand...
I finally found you. Just as I promised, Granddad. Remember?
So, because Podrick has gone mad, I believe Seers has come to put him out of it. So we're here to assist in the act. As we've known from his previous, somewhat voluntary invasions, can be a bit of a dick. He also does have the Estus going on, so we gotta be careful and make sure that Seers doesn't die, importantly, and that we don't get killed ourselves. Yeah, there he goes. All that health back. This is just the worst thing, you know. But, so back to the garlic. Bop. 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 I pulled it out. It had, like, a whole, you know, network of roots and all that, so it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see, you know, something you grew, take it out of the dirt and, like, see the full thing. But, it hadn't grown any garlic. No! Oh, shit. That's not good. Get out of here. Oh, Seers, please heal. Seers. Okay, good. Whew. I was getting worried. She wasn't friggin' healing. This will actually be helpful now, because he's, in this whole situation. Power within, he's gonna be slowly losing health from himself. Oh shit, that might have been a mistake. Okay. We're alright. And she got him. Nice. So the garlic actually didn't grow any garlic. The clove...
Granddad.
Good night. The clove kind of shriveled up into nothing, and it was just kind of little, you know, bits of skin of the thing. And I guess that grew up into the plant, but there was no actual garlic growing off of the garlic sprout that came out. But it was still cool. And I mean, the sprouts themselves from the garlic clove very strongly pungent of garlic, so it was an interesting little experiment. It didn't lead to me growing anything. I'm certainly not a very successful gardener or anything, but nonetheless, it was fun to mess around with. Did we... What happened here? Right. No? Yes? Okay, yeah, that is where you get his set. Good. So we did want to go down here. That was an important step. But if we go back to Firelink Shrine, there's a little bit more for us to get. I think we got, Cirrus's Sunless Talisman, I think? I think we got that from her when we defeated, what's-his-face? Creighton. Or maybe we get it now.
Oh, there you are. I'm afraid I've involved you in my affairs over a little promise at that. My sincerest thanks for your assistance. At last, my grandfather will rest in peace, and I can die. But there is one last. May I take a vow to serve you as a knight?
Yes.
Oh, I am most grateful. I, Cirrus, do hereby serve as your faithful knight. Wherever, whenever I am needed. My loyalty shall never waver. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
So I'm not entirely sure what that implies. Maybe her summon sign appears places. I can't remember where she appears, if anywhere, but she just offers, you know, if you need any help, I'm here for you.
If I may ever be of assistance, I am your blessing of the moon.
Yeah. So Cirrus is kind of a neat character. She's an interesting questline progression, I'll give her that. And she does have, she's one of two characters, I believe, that have some interesting summoning, reverse summoning things where you go in to help them. The other one being, oh god, why am I blanking on her name? We just got married to her. Henri of Astora. That's it. But Henri, also, what's it? She also, okay, good, this is over here as well. She also has a quest line. If you don't go through with the whole get married thing, get hitched, she has the ability for you, or you gain the ability to be summoned to her world to help her fight Aldrich, which is kind of the culmination of her quest line, or one of the possible ones. Otherwise, you know, she can go hollow from losing. So bad on names today. Not Hodrick, that's who we just killed. And there's the sunset shield from him that's, I guess, kind of implied to be his gravestone at this point. Horus. There we go. Hodrick Horus. Similar enough to get confused. But yeah, those two. Horus, you know, having lost Horus or finding out there's a gravestone left for him. Actually, I don't know if we checked that out. Somebody told me not to, I think, because it can mess with her questline. Although on my first playthrough I did actually go and check that out, and I don't think anything bad happened. Still. Let's go here. Because I would like to see if we can find that. Now that Henri's not really a entity anymore within the plot and questline progressions. Mostly just want to see it for the detail there. Oh wait, did I go to the wrong spot? I totally did. Not that it's a problem, though. We already killed the, or we didn't kill it, but we had the see? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember it in like a minute or two. That thing, the, ballista. Ballista? Yeah, I think so. The ballista kind of murders the giant sandworm of Karthus. which is really creepy. You can kind of see like bodies or like faces of the souls it's killed inside of it, which I think was one of the things directly inspired by Berserk, along with the beasts of Sullivan. Those guys. Alright, I didn't even want to go here. I wanted to go back to this spot where we fought Horus. Isn't that terrible, though? Like, I'm so bad with names. I guess I've been long enough away that, like, it's understandable to miss a few names here and there or forget about them. But, Lord. I mean, it just goes to show how bad I am, even in real life, like, trying to remember people's names. If I'm not seeing them, like, every day or stuff like that, it's difficult. I'm not seeing Horus every day. I don't always remember him. And then I call Sigurd Siegmeyer, and I'm just a damn mess. So right over here. It's not actually an item. What that is a prism stone. So what this implies is that Henri went down at our advice to see if she could find Horus. And she did. She was successful. But, you know, then when you find her later in, what's it called? Irithyll, she mentioned she couldn't find him. He wasn't there, so she's just moving on with her quest. And it's weird because then you come here later and it looks as though somebody has built a grave for him of some sort. And who else could it be but Henri, because she's leaving these prism stones to guide him. That's kind of like their personal tradition, or like, you know, their strategy to find each other if they become separated. So, and I really love that use of the prism stones. It's an interesting way to give them a little more of a presence, not so much in the lore, but just in some, you know, character, personality, and dynamic and that sort of thing, which I like a lot. So that's all there is to see. It's nothing to reward you, but it's just a neat little plot detail that they put in. And it would make sense if you didn't see her again in Irithyll, and then she went hollow somewhere. I think she goes hollow outside the Cathedral of the Deep. She just kind of hangs out there, and you have to fight her if you find her again. But we won't have to worry about that, because we know very well what Henri's fate was in this playthrough. Kind of get the short end of the stick on the whole marriage deal, you know? Okay. Right, so. And that's cool too, because this budding green blossom is slightly different. It's kind of wrapped like a bouquet, I guess. A little bit fresher. It's given to the... You buy it from, what's her face, the old hag, the merchant in Firelink Shrine. And it's implied that she's supposed to be the grandmother because the message is to the grandmother. So it seems like, you know, it was given to her, and then we learn about it, and that's how you learn to go to the Pit of Hollows to encounter Oceiros for the last time, and to be summoned to help her fight her grandfather, which is Hodrick, her granddad.
Oh.
But the Shrine Handmaid doesn't really kind of react. It's a little weird.
Gracious.
So let's give more of our Umbrella Ash. Lots more humanity to get, but again, that's not really a concern for us at this point. And can buy the washing pole. So actually, now that Sirius's quest line is done, there's no reason for us not to respec If I want to. I might wait a little bit, but...
What?
You know. Okay, very good. Good to have around 9 Estus for this point of the game. That'll give us enough to get through most areas. I feel. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, by the way, if
Can
you
only
find that they could...
Yeah.
Right like that.
So we did find Hawkwood's shield, and he disappeared from the shrine, so he's gone for now. We won't find him for a while. It has to do with the dragon stones. Speaking of which, we haven't really shown that off. I probably won't for a while. Maybe I'll do a little special when we get to the Dragon Monastery, or the Archdragon Peak, rather. But yeah. Look at that Super Saiyan hair. Okay, where were we? I've kind of become complacent just wandering, so I don't remember what we were doing exactly. Is there anything we missed? Let me just comb through and see, like, is there anything I need to do still? I don't think there is. I think we did a fairly good job scoping areas out. Let's see. Oh, you know what? There is one area we never went to. It's above the Farron Keep. So that's one spot. Let me just scroll through, see if there's anything else. I'm sure there's a couple spots I've missed, but I'm not gonna obsess over every little one. Probably just get the ones that are most important. So I think for right now we'll just do Old Wolf of Farron. And then continuing from that we'll do, what is it? We'll do the rest of the Consumed King's Gardens. I think we got most of the items in there anyways. The only thing left to do would be just to kill all of the, excuse me one sec. That's not my phone, if you heard that buzzing. That's my constant glucose monitor, which likes to buzz eternally and annoy the shit out of me. Anytime your blood sugar is high or low, it just wants to buzz at you every, like, 2 minutes, and it's the worst. I mean, it's, you know, helpful to let you know, like, hey, you gotta take care of yourself, but, like, when you're diabetic, you're gonna have highs and lows. And the fact that it buzzes, like, irritatingly to get your attention every time it happens, it's like, kill me. Did we go up here? You know what, we did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to buy Havel's ring. Yeah, that's right. Which is weird. It doesn't really mention Havel at all, or the Stray Demon at all. Of course, it mentions Havel, but the Stray Demon's kind of absent from that. And there's the Cathedral of the Deep. I do really love, like, they nailed connecting the world together. I know it's like, it's more disconnected in some ways, I guess. I don't know, I forget what people said on release, like, they're saying, like, you know, separating Firelink Shrine from the rest of the world, and everything's kind of like, it's not quite the wheel spoke design of Dark Souls 2 where everything goes out from the hub, but like the hub kind of leads straight out to a lot of the areas. There's only really like 2 or 3 fully disconnected areas. I'm pulling that number just out of the air, but I think it's like Firelink Shrine to High Wall of Lothric. High Wall of Lothric is still connected to the world, it's just disconnected by a cutscene. So I feel like geographically that's still a fair game. After that, yeah, everything's elevators or, you know, some transition that makes sense, like going through tunnels and in the Catacombs of Karthus out to Irithyll, and then Irithyll Dungeon to the Profane Capital, and then Lothric Castle. It all ties together. Like, you do kind of hit dead ends a lot, and then you have to go to the next area, but that's like, you know, what do you expect? That's kind of how it goes. And I feel like it spreads apart those dead ends better than Dark Souls 1 did. So, you know, to be fair, I think it's a decent execution of the idea. So, alright. Back to here's where we want to be. Yeah, we can't really continue any further until we've taken care of this. So I'm thinking I want to do the rest of the optional areas before we fight the remaining Lord of Cinder. I just think it'll be better if we can kind of do a straight shot there and all that. But yeah, we still have a while to go yet before we reach our destination. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, you got me. Just about. A little nerve-wracking. Hey, none of that. No, thank you, sir. Wolf Knight Greatsword. Good, good. How much do you need to wield something like that? 32, jeez. It's a little excessive. I swear, just, I don't know. There's something about the horror's mustache that makes me smile. You can kind of see his mouth under there. Like, he doesn't look happy inherently, but I think the little curve up on his mustache makes him look so, like, weirdly jovial. Like, he's kind of grumpy, but happy at the same time. He's mischievous. Like, that is a perfect mischievous face. That really encapsulates the horror. It's so good. Been working on some pixel art stuff lately, and since the horror is like a character that I've had for a long time, even though he's basically my Souls series OC, I've kind of worked him into my own, you know, creative efforts, which aren't much to say, much to talk about, but it's this thing, just like short comics that I've been fiddling with just for fun. It's a casual thing. It's not like something I'm taking super seriously. But I've kind of written out some characters and developed. It's like more of a sci-fi thing, which is more of a step away from Souls, if anything. And I don't know. Right now, the premise basically just sounds like a bad Cowboy Bebop knockoff, more or less. And it kind of is. I mean, that said, I've only ever watched like one episode of Cowboy Bebop, so it's the premise more than the execution or anything. I don't know jack about really a lot of what happens in Cowboy Bebop, but I just know my brother was a huge fan of it. What I've seen of it, I really enjoyed. And, like, I'm not a big anime guy, but if there's one that I would watch or like to watch, I think that would be the one, really. Getting caught on his corpse while he was falling over there. Oh, jeez. Gotta time that carefully, because there's a little delay before he swings. Got him. But yeah, so essentially, the horror was gonna be like a deadbeat, not very good at his job, like freelancer, mercenary sort of dude. Maybe he wouldn't be so much a mercenary. Like, that would be one of his job titles, but maybe sometimes he does temp work. He goes into an office. I don't know. I just wanted it to be a lot of, like, mundane, stupid shit with, like, some very I don't know, professional, like, I'm a hitman sort of stuff tied in. Because the horror is, like, very mild most of the time, but then occasionally it gets either very evil or very, like, I don't know, does something incredibly impressive. It's like, how the fuck does he even do that? He's so incompetent, and yet, you know, he pulls off this shit. So, I don't know. He's always been a fun character for me. I have a special place in my heart for this blue, silly fool. Anyways, it's time for one of my favorite bosses, so let's get ready. Let's get ready to spaghetti.
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up, for he is all that I have.
So number one, I love the Oceiros fight. I love the music. I think the fight itself, people say it's a little easy, but I think it's just the right amount. It's challenging, but it's not, you know, overwhelming. It's not like crazy like some of the later bosses. But he can still throw you off guard. And probably talking during this fight, not focusing so much, I'm gonna have some trouble. But I do really enjoy this fight. The story aspect especially. Anytime a boss, I think I mentioned this last stream, but anytime a boss has kind of some story to it, or some narrative in the middle of it, you know, especially when the boss themselves are talking to you, or addressing you, or have some kind of turmoil, like especially in this fight, it's all about...
Come out. Don't be afraid.
that.
You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear?
Like,
Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
I just feel like William Houston is the voice actor for this guy. He did Marvelous Chester, or at least I'm pretty sure, yeah, William Houston, I think that's his name. He did Jura the Old Hunter in Bloodborne, he did King Vendrick. The guy's been, like, with the Soul series since Artorias of the Abyss DLC, and he's fantastic. I love his voice. And he, like, worked in stage originally, which I think a lot of the Dark Souls voice actors who ended up, you know, doing voice work for the games kind of started in. I think that's what Miyazaki was looking for, is kind of like Shakespearean performance theater dudes, which is a very good, you know, vocal resource to tap into, because they know how to carry their voices and have, like, good cadence and emotion in their line reads. It's fantastic. But, you know, William Houston's kind of voice, like, he really embodies an interesting character with Oceiros, because it's not kind of as usual. He's not playing a king, he's not playing like a trickster, he is playing a king. But he's playing a king that's, like, tormented that by a child that may or may not be there. He's been driven mad by his pursuit of dragonhood and everything else that the Lothric family line has kind of gotten fucked up over, trying to create a worthy successor to the throne, to become Lord of Cinder. Just crazy stuff. But on the other hand, he's also, like, since going mad, he's had this obsession with dragonhood. What could you possibly fear? You were born a child of dragons. Like, there's something incredible about that. Like, that he's been pursuing dragonhood too.
Ignorant slaves. How quickly you forget.
Pursuing dragonhood to, I don't know, strengthen himself, or Strengthen his family line. Is he taunting or genuinely encouraging the dude he's fighting? Who do you mean, him or me? No, I'm genuinely, like, if you're asking about me, I really like the Oceiros fight and his character. I wasn't really encouraging him to murder me, but I'm just saying I really appreciate his character, and that his fight has kind of a little bit deeper narrative to it than most fights you see. At least within the fight itself, you know. Outside of stuff like item description, lore, and that sort of thing is its own sort of dealie, but... Oceiros. You got the spelling good. No S, but other than that, you got it. Oceiros, the oscillary. He's a bone dragon. That would be if he was a skeleton dragon. He would be Oceiros. Alright, so let's get right back in. Actually, before we do, pop an ember. Let's see what rings we have. That might help us. So, you know, the problem here is I'm not going to be doing the best damage because I'm using a split magic damage weapon, and he is a magic boss. So that's a little concerning. Maybe we'll do defense instead of offense. I think that might work a little better. So then I can get back to full, be a little bit more, have a little bit more staying power. Maybe even tank an attack and not have to worry so much about healing. We shall see. But yeah, Oceiros is kind of... Ow, fuck you. I don't think Oceiros is even so much concerned about you. As he's fighting you, he's kind of searching for his child. And that's what interests me too, is that like he has this weird, solemn aspect to his fight, that he's searching for his bab while he's fighting. He's first and foremost a parent. His priorities are to find his son, and then next to be murdering you, kind of.
What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself, Ocelot.
So in a way, he's kind of he's trying to murder you, but he's also kind of ignoring you. If that makes sense. You're not the first thing on his mind, I guess. But like he's getting more and more frustrated about not being able to find Ocelot. Like the reason he kind of goes berserk isn't from fighting you, or maybe it is partially, like, you know, this frickin' guy, but it's more his frustration not being able to find Ocelot, who may not even exist here. I mean, like, the thing about it is there's an unused model for a child, which is like this really kind of gross deformed baby. And when he does this, holding this thing he's been cradling the whole fight up in the air and then smashing it into the ground, it's kind of supposed to be implied that he was murdering his child right there, but that was a little too intense, so they kind of censored it. And yeah, they're like, oh, maybe there is no child. Afterwards, you still hear the baby crying. What I like to imagine, like, in the context of what we got, is that they scrapped the child murder idea, but kind of left it in that it's open-ended. It could be hinted that he just killed his child, but that also he could be mad, there might be no child, and that his own screams are the baby's cries, because when he attacks, like, the baby's cries are actually timed with some of his charges and attacks. So that's why I think there's evidence that he himself is, oh lord, he's really kicking my ass. He himself is the baby that he's searching for. Not that he's like Ocelot, but just that, I don't know. He's deluded himself into believing that there's a child here, where it might be long gone. And maybe there was a child, but, you know, his wife took it away with her. So, yeah. It's okay, you don't have to worry about me concentrating. I actually find a lot of the time when I'm kind of talking casually during a fight, it can help me focus. Usually I don't have this much trouble with him, but this is a different build for me, so I'm not quite as used to using this weaponry, and my build is not optimal for what I'm going for here. We're also only level 61, which is maybe a little low. Oh, it can be a tough boss fight in the right context. I think we're in that kind of area of this could be a little troublesome. But that's okay, because I really, really love this fight. So I don't mind doing it over a couple times. If only to enjoy the music a little better. A little more, rather. A little better. I enjoy it plenty already. It's just... just fell flat on his face. That was a little silly. So this is kind of weird. These kind of count... Yeah, these have, like... You can just kind of walk around on the top of the elevator. You just phase through the top if you land in the middle. Yeah, I was just talking about William Houston is the voice actor for Oceiros, who did Marvelous Chester, he did King Vendrick, he did Old Hunter Jura, and then he did Oceiros. And, like, the guy's performance in every game is, like, fantastic. And he has a great range for the character he plays. Like, each one of them has a very different motive. And even though, like, he always has, like, that telltale kind of personality and way he carries his voice that you know it's him, it still keeps things very, like, you know he's playing, like, a very different character each time. This, I'd say, I mean, I guess it's close to Vendrick because he's still, like, a king who's kind of gone mad or lost hope. But in this case, he's not really, Vendrick, kind of this hopeless failure. He refers to himself as a jester rather than a king. That he was foolish in his search for power. But in Oceiros' case, it's all about this madness that was induced from his search for, finding a rightful heir to Link the Flame, trying to, gain power through dragonhood and the teachings of Seath and the Grand Archives. Like, the guy drove himself crazy. And then he had a third child outside of Lorien and Lothric. He had Ocelot, who's a child of dragons, but has gone missing or is invisible. Some people say that Ocelot is in the fight, and they back it up that crossbreed Priscilla could turn herself invisible. So if Ocelot is a crossbreed, then he could just be invisible in Oceiros' arms. But I don't know. I don't know what theory I like better. They're all really good, Like, they all add some tragic aspect to this character. I think I kind of like the one that makes most sense to me is that he's just straight up crazy, and he's making these kind of gurgling, crying sounds. Because when he attacks is usually when you'll hear the baby cries, and before you go and you hear him kind of moaning from outside, he's making these, like, inhuman moans. But yeah, I don't know, the baby crying doesn't always line up with him, so I think it can potentially be like, oh, Ocelot is really there, but that's just, like, crazy though. You can hear the anger in William Houston's voice. It's like, he's going mad. He's fallen to the beast within. Oh, fucking hell. And then he charges me and I die. Invisibility theory is tempting, yeah. And I mean, like, otherwise, it wouldn't make sense why he's kind of cradling the whole fight, and then slams it on the ground, it's gone. But then why does the crying continue afterwards, you know? Because I think they recorded lines of, like, the baby straight up getting squished or eaten. I think that was one of the things, was, like, the baby's getting eaten by Oceiros, which is, like, a big... It makes me think back to, if you've ever seen that painting of Saturn devouring his child, or was it Kronos? Are they the same thing? You know, it's like Roman, Greek mythology overlaps, but with different names, I think it is. But Oceiros is very much kind of like that sort of character, if that was the original intention. Otherwise, he's definitely his own sort of, you know, he's got his own lore about him, but there seems to be some... There's always kind of been like a Greek pantheon sort of a thing going in Souls. With you know, the Four Lords and Gwyn. Gwyn is essentially your Zeus character, you know. And the Archdragons, I guess, are like the Titans. So they kill the Titans, they become, you know, the new Titans. They become the new gods, the new order. All that crazy stuff. But I love it, though. It's like Miyazaki made essentially his own, like, crazy creation myth for this universe that he was building, and the whole thing opens up with the origin story of the world. Like, that is incredible to me. And I still think that opening to Dark Souls 1 is, like, such a stunning way to open a universe, you know? Like, I enjoy the opening narration of Demon Souls because it introduces a lot of what's wrong with the world. It sets you up for everything that's going to happen in the game. But in Dark Souls, it sets you up for everything that isn't happening in the game, and then lets you figure out, you know, what's gone to shit because of what happened in the beginning, and, like, you know, I love that approach, you know. It's crazy. I think that's why there's so much to appreciate about these games, is there's so much to think about outside of just playing the game. You know? There's more context for a lot of what happens, rather than just, alright, you hit the next boss. And sometimes that is the case, but almost everything gets at least, you know, one or two callbacks, or if they don't, like the Pilgrim Butterflies are the one kind of standout thing that I'm like, can we get a little more on that? I want to know what's going on with that crap, because it's a little wacky. So yeah, I think what's not helping me is that there's only so much range you have on the Hazel pick, or on pick and axe weapons in general. And they are a little slower than I'm used to.
Come out. Come out. Ignorance.
Fuck! He does so much damage to me. Alright. So I think that's problem number one, is I don't have enough health to be doing this. And problem number two is I don't have enough, what's it? I don't know. I don't have enough anything. This is just an issue. This is all you've seen of it? Well, it's a pretty decent place to start. I mean, not watching me die over and over again, but this whole... We're kind of in the last stretch. Not quite, but like, this is an optional area. We don't have to fight this guy. You can beat the game without him, but he bars off an optional area and also a gesture which allows you to access another optional area. So he's kind of the barrier to a lot of like really cool lore and really cool boss fights, some of the coolest stuff in the game. So he's definitely one that I recommend, you know, defeating and seeing what's past him. There's a lot held behind Oceiros, which is cool as shit. It's good stuff. But yeah, with the DLC coming out too, like, the possibilities of what we may end up finding is like, oh man. I gotta say, I am riding the hype train hard. October can't come soon enough. And I'll definitely be live streaming that. Maybe on my main character this time. I almost always go in if I stream something, I'll do it after I've played through at least once to familiarize myself, so I'm not looking like an idiot. But generally I look like an idiot anyways, so maybe I should, maybe I should just go in blind and see what happens. Have fun with it, you know? I'm well equipped enough in my Dark Souls know-how. Hopefully I'll be able to do alright. Oh yeah, I realize it's Sunday, so we don't get mail today. Nice. I'm caretaking over the summer at this place, and so I'm taking care of little chores here and there and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna leave. I just wanted my souls back. I think there's a ring you could equip, like a ring of defense. I actually do have one on, but it only works for the first hit you take at full health. So, there is the stone plate ring. I don't know if I've bought that or found it. I might have missed it. Not sure. Stone plate ring. No, I don't have it yet. You might not find it till later. I have like this memory that it's a late game sort of a deal. But we wanted to go to Rosaria. That's what I wanted to do. So I think number 1, we're gonna increase strength to 24 and just take all of that from sorcery, because sorcery is like, I don't know. I wanted to like sorcery. I'm not liking sorcery, so I think I'm just doing another quality build. Quality build is a really, like, that's my jam. If I can use most of the weapons, and on my other character I like support miracles, but other than that it's like, I don't know. Although we can get another Hazel pick. This is actually Hazel. She does block off the bonfire, which is annoying, so you could push her away, I guess. Get out of here. Go sit in the corner. Did that fix it? No, it didn't. You kick. Kick. That's really creepy. They like pulsate through their whole body when you kick them. That's kind of gross. I can't move her any further. Damn it. I might just have to kill Hazel. Alright, ask to join Covenant. So this is what will piss off Cirrus. If you do that before her quest is completed, you'll mess up a lot of stuff. So you don't want to do that until you're done with Cirrus, generally. So we're going to reallocate attributes. You can do that 5 times per playthrough. So once we get to New Game Plus, that resets. You can do it another 5 times, which I like. It puts a limit on it, but, you know, it's fair, I feel. And then 18 dex. 16 intelligence. 8 luck, 12. Oh wait, 8 faith, 12 luck. Endurance, how much more can we get? 18 endurance. Let's do 16 endurance and 22 vigor. Hope 16 intelligence is enough for yeah, we can still do Great Soul Arrow. Great Soul Arrow is what I use for like 90% of the playthrough anyways. Sorry, Hazel. Okay. Since I don't really need another Hazel pick. Oh, we can't use the Hazel pick now because you need 19 magic. Well, so much for having that, I guess. Yeah, so let's put that away. And we got the Wolf Knight's Greatsword now. I'm gonna do an Artorias build at long last. God, if you want the Great Shield, though, you need the full rank in Farron Watchdog, so I guess we're foregoing the shield. That's okay, though. We're gonna go Classic Artorias. Or Artorias of the Abyss Artorias. I guess Classic Artorias would be with the shield, if anything. Hawkwood Shield. I like the Sunless Shield a lot. That's what I use on my main character. Okay. Torch. I think it's a good time to fashion souls now because we have a little more carrying weight. We should suit up a little heavier. Let's put away the magic stuff. Blood bite, dark, and spell. I'll keep those. Deep ring, no, no, yes. I'll keep it out for now. No. I don't think you really need to worry about weapon degradation ever in this game. They gave you a lot of durability. Compared to Dark Souls 2, where it was like pretty commonly a problem depending on what weapon you used. But increased magic attack, but compromises damage absorption. Yeah, none of those. Keep that. Keep that. Milk ring. Boost rolling invincibility at cost of defense. I think I need the defense. Covers HP from critical attacks. That can be nice. Also reduces skill FP consumption. Let's bring that out. As long as attacking persists. FP. Okay. Restoring. Damage from falling. I think that's everything we're gonna need. Hopefully. Sun Princess ring. That restores HP so slowly I usually don't find it's worth it. And we have 2 blood bite rings. I don't know how that happened. Warren's ring. We don't have a thrust weapon, so it's not needed. I guess Flynn's ring can be useful, so. Okay. So yeah, Fashion Souls time. Looks like something out of Resident Evil. A little bit. Some Ouroboros crap from RE5. Alright. So we're looking a little gross. Let's actually... Because I'm stupid and I'm more concerned with Fashion Souls than actually making myself more... have more survivability. Let's see. Lowering equip load increases attack. Yeah, I don't think we're going to use that because we're going to be weighted a little heavily for this. Oh, we want to get rid of the blood bite ring because I already have one of those. Okay, so Fashion Souls time. Oh my god, my chin is jutting through the face mask. That's look at my mustache. That one's good, except for my tiny nostril bits. My nose is just poking through, so I can breathe. I think I already have a Xanthus crown. Don't I? I do, so let's toss that. I'm gonna have to unequip it first. Okay. Hello, handsome. That's my boy. It's 2. Gotta keep my wedding outfit. The antiquated gloves. Alright. Yeah, everything I have is like really shoddy. I think in all their weapon descriptions it's like, this isn't exactly good for defense. Okay. Court Sorcerer. Nah. That looks silly. The lovely night-gowned horror. No, don't want any of that. Shadow leggings. Cathedral Knight leggings. Those are kind of nice. Yeah, what does the cathedral set look like together? No, it's heavy as hell, though. Yeah, that's the main problem. We're already at 84 wearing that stuff. All the armor. I haven't bought a lot of armor sets because they're kind of expensive. Katarina armor. Perfect. Oh, we have 2 Cathedral Knight leggings. Sorry, I know this takes forever. It's the curse of inventory management. Oh, the leggings. Oh, the leggings are pretty cool. We can keep that. Oh my god, look at how much weight we're carrying now. What's so heavy? I guess sunset armor, yeah? Here, I think as long as we're below 70, we're okay. So let's try and keep within that range. Yeah, sunset is pretty heavy. That looks too silly. Oh my god. I don't know what the deacon, archdeacon crown is gonna help us with, but I guess this will work for now. Poor Horror, he can't have nice clothes. No. Yeah, armor doesn't matter that much in the end. You are right. It can help a little bit, though. I think what we were wearing was so early game or so, like, useless as far as protective qualities go that it was affecting us. You know, I'll be the first person to say actually knowing how to fight a boss is more important than, like, your stats. But at the same time, it can help greatly if, you know, you don't have to spend as much time in the fight, or if you can just tank an extra hit. And I think we were at the point, we were far enough downgraded that we were kind of having trouble in that respect, so we'll get rid of what we're not going to use. Shadow leggings, Cathedral Knight, sunset. Let's see what else we have already, though. I have a question for you guys, if you know of it. How do you feel about Vaporwave? Like, do you think it's a joke, or do some of you enjoy it unironically? Because I find I fall in the second camp. I've really been enjoying, like, it's just something very smooth about it. It's like very nostalgic, you know. It's weird, but I like a lot of it. Some of it's just like, I don't know, very chill to listen to while you're working on stuff. It's good music for that. And it's essentially like elevator department store music and that sort of thing. Or like from old, I don't know, infomercials and that sort of thing, but there's a charm to it. And it's completely made to be kind of a joke on, like, weird corporate shit. I don't know what. It's just kind of mass-produced very easily using pre-existing songs slowed up, slowed down or repeated. And in that way, it's kind of... It could be viewed as lazy, I guess, but I don't know. I still, for whatever reason, I enjoy it a lot. So there's my... It's my guilty pleasure for the day, my admission, my enjoyment of such things. Mirror vest, Drying armor, Herald armor. I'm just gonna try a few more things out. Oh, the brass stuff might be neat to have. If I can afford to wear it. What was our starting class? I forget. Hold on. A few more things I want to grab. No such thing. I'm so happy they took out armor upgrading. Like, that was the best thing to take from Bloodborne. I love not having to spend all of those materials on my armor to feel like I'm using it at its best. You know, I just like having it as is, having the defense that it's supposed to have. We'll be out of here and back to fighting Oceiros soon. I promise. Maybe I'll use this instead. See, the problem is I want to have, like, my face exposed. I don't know why. It doesn't matter, but I like being able to see this ugly mug. I want my enemies to see the face of the man who's punching them and getting murdered repeatedly in the process of trying to kill them. Oh my god. Oh dear. I've been packing on the pounds, you know what I'm saying. This is kind of nice. It's a nice comfy robe. That's what I like. I like comfy stuff. You know, that the under part of this, behind, you know, underneath the robe, kind of reminds me of the old Hunter DLC. One of the outfits from there is like the regal hunter's attire or something like that. Always like the patches look. If you want to look super edgy. Brass armor. I like the brass armor set. I never use it, but it's a really nice set. Draying armor. Mirror chainmail. Damn, mirror chainmail's heavy. Okay. Can't go on PC at the moment. Witness the horror. Just flip around for shits and giggles for a little bit. I can do that. Yeah, hey, head crab. We haven't made much progress. I just went through the Consumed King's Garden and have been getting thrashed by him. I also... what else did I do? Not really much. I went to check if I missed an area, but I didn't, so that was fine. It's all fine and good. Okay. Alright. Let's get rid of, like, all of this. Oh, you know what? Ah, shoot. I shouldn't have re-upped, stupid. Here we go. Pale Tongue. I'm gonna use my last Pale Tongue, because I didn't change my attunement at all, and that's really not gonna do anything for me, really. If we're being honest here. I don't need more than one. So... I'm not at a great need for Pale Tongues and stuff. Attunement, leave... Yeah, that already gives us 2, so that's more than we need, honestly. Vitality... Oh, Vitality's what I need more of, yeah. Endurance isn't so much of a concern, really. I can keep those around that level, and I think we'll be fine for most things. 58... Nah. 24... 8 cents... What? What? Oh no. I've gone too far, it seems. Intelligence can't go in. Faith. That's what we were at before. I actually raised the endurance, I think. Yeah, we had it lower previously. It's like 14. So... I think 9 Yeah, I think having a little more vigor is important. So 24 vigor, 24 strength. That's fine. I think that will be okay. See ya. No. What can we do as far as spells now? Most of it's been removed. So we can't use just about all of it. So, move. Great magic weapon. Oh, we can use great magic weapon. At the very least, that is nice to have. Pestilent Mercury. Considering it takes 30 magic to use Pestilent Mercury, that is a really underwhelming spell. I got to say. Hidden weapon. Chameleon. Chameleon's very important. We always have to keep that. Cannot be negotiated. Light's important to have, and I guess this too. Going for all the Oceiros sorceries here. Okay, what else? Flash sweat, profuse sweat. It's so gross. It's a yellow tinted sweat. What are you're messaging with the PS4 system? What am I doing? What did I do? Oh, you missed me playing Resident Evil 5? I never played Resident Evil 6, Macon Writer, but I had a really, really fun playthrough that I streamed with my old college roommate Chris. That was one of my favorite things that I ever did, like, period. We had a lot of fun doing that. I'm sad I didn't have, like, the full streams, but we had a lot of good highlights from them that were fun. But there's a whole playlist dedicated to that if you want to go check it out. I highly recommend it. Oh man, yeah, that was good times. Darkened soul sediment. Soul sediment. It's the part of the soul that kind of, you know, falls to the bottom and collects. It's like hard water. It's gross. And that needs 18, 24, 20, and 20. Yeah. Not gonna need that. Or I guess we are gonna need that if we want to continue using sorcery, so we'll just have that one. And then let's get rid of that. Good. No, 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 no. No. Maybe. Can those only... I'm wondering if the only Slayer great arrows can only be used with the only Slayer great bow. This must be the most exciting stream of all time. Got to play Resident Evil 6. Alright. If it goes on sale, I would like to buy it. The only thing I heard was that the co-op was kind of disappointing. Like, it was less, you know, together than RE5 was. And that's what I like so much about RE5. Otherwise, I think it would have been pretty bland, but playing it with Chris was, like, great. So... I'll check it out though. I know there's a big joke with Chris and his men getting killed by that snake. My men, they killed my men. I've heard silly things about RE6. I played the RE7 demo, which was interesting. It was different, which I think is what that series needs. So, but yeah, damage from backstabs. I'm really not going to need that. Don't need that. Okay, guys. Very nearly finished. Let's do one more go over for our potential Fashion Souls options. So let me get some headwear. I don't know if I want to be wearing the what do you call that? The Pope hat. I know it has a name, and I'm thinking of Binding of Isaac because I know they have that in Binding of Isaac, but I cannot recall for the life of me what it is. Just trying to get any open face headwear. Sorcerer hood could be neat. That. That. PS4 stream chat has a 60-second. Oh, you're chatting on PS4. Oh Lord. What do people shit on about RE6? Miter, thank you, Huggles. 4 campaigns, there's something for everyone. Horror, action, Ada being Ada, or Ada. I think people shit on RE6 way too much. Yeah, I haven't played it to know. I played the demo, and there was like a big running section that was a little like hectic. I felt like it maybe wasn't what I was expecting. But if I gave the game a closer look, if it ever goes on sale, maybe I'll pick it up on Steam or something, or I don't know. Maybe I'll get it on console. Could be fun to do a PS4 stream with Chris if he got it too, if it ever goes on sale like that. Or is it on PS4 or did it only come out PS3? I forget. I don't remember the timing of when that came out. Here. This will make this a lot easier to examine. I don't know why I haven't been doing this the whole time. I kind of love this. This reminds me a lot of the beggar's headwear in Bloodborne, which I liked a lot. Oh, it can be that one guy from Berserk. And maybe I'll go with the hat. Honestly, the hat is probably the best looking thing we have here. Pretend you're William Shatner. Okay, none of this is really doing it for me. Maybe the sellsword helm, I kind of like that. And maybe the old sage's blindfold. Cleric hat. There. So we got 5 options for each thing. Let's get rid of that. Maybe instead of drang shoes, we'll do the Mira trousers. You can barely notice anyways because the drang armor's kind of out there. How much more defense does this give? About a point better in each. 27. I'm still packing considerably light for all of this. I think I should go slightly heavier. This is gonna take a million years. Or you know what? We've got this stuff. Then yeah, we can have like a great bow out as well. You never know when you might need a great bow. Could be helpful. Although we're gonna need to upgrade that thing to do any significant damage, otherwise we gotta utilize it strategically, knock things off of cliffs. You can't always do that. Either way. That's interesting. Drang armor weighs as much as the Firekeeper robe. Boreal Riders are based off of Guts' personal DNA. I thought the Solvan's beasts were based off of that as well, or some similar thing. PS3 came out before GTA 5. GTA 5 did get ported to PS4 though, so I don't know if Capcom did the same. If RE6 got received well enough to warrant that or not. It's so hard to make a decision on this. So on one hand, I want to have good protection. On the other hand, I don't know. I don't know what on the other hand. Just on the other hand. Fallen Knight armor, Alba armor, Sunset armor. Black Knight armor. Okay. So let's see. That's not going to work because that's 73, 72, 73 really. Mira armor. It's within our limit. Gosh dang. Everything's so heavy. You know what? I'm gonna pare down a little bit for the mirror chainmail. Get rid of that. That. Fallen Knight armor, no. No, niet. Nada. Okay, let's get to business already. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys haven't gotten too impatient with me. Secondary weapon on your main character. Just wear full Havels already. That's not my intent here. My intent is to have a little more protection and not be slow rolling. And that's a delicate balance. And Fashion Souls is just as delicate of a balance, so I gotta be reserved about these things. Alright. So, yeah, if we get rid of the Great Bow, it's not a problem. Let's just pull out a shield as well to have one. Grass Crush Shield, yeah. Might actually be good to have a weapon art shield. Let's see which one of these works best for us. Oh, we can use any of them. Perfect. Okay. I do really like the design on the Shield of Want. It's not as good as the Black Knight shield, but it's a little lighter, more lightweight. So, I'll keep it for that reason alone. Crest shield, I think I'm done with. Keep those two. Brigand twin daggers. Let's take those out as well. I don't know why. They seem interesting to me at the moment. Ooh, 4-prong plow. It's a vital part of my strategy. Alright, are we about done here? I don't know, are we? Black Knight Sword, Storm Roller, Executioner's Greatsword. Oh, Dragon Slayer's Axe. I was looking at that actually, so yeah, let's have that. Give it another shot. Phantom, get your head out of my ass. Great Shield of Glory. Glory! Great Shield of Glory was pretty cool. I think I maybe considered using it on my main in Dark Souls 2. That thing's ridiculous, though. Alright. So this is a +3 we got here. I don't know how well we're going to do with it, but we will soon find out. Ah, get out of here with that. Don't give me none of that shit. I think the Ferris hat looks pretty good on the horror. Usually I can't pull it off, but I think this kind of works. I'm going to boop you with the brim of my hat. It shall be excruciating. Okay. Wait, hold on. More stamina when guarding attacks. Well, bosses don't guard attacks, so that's not a concern. Oh yeah. We're already doing like so much more damage. On the Drake Keepers. Oh god, that thing was, yeah, it was terrifying. Alright. Not a huge difference in damage, but I don't think we were too concerned with doing damage as much as taking it.
Where have you gone?
Tanking it specifically. Oh, another one? He pulled out 2 in a row.
Don't be afraid.
Didn't expect that.
Born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear?
Oh, William Houston.
Now,
Your voice is so buttery evil.
my dear little Ocelot. Ignorance.
Damn it, he still got me.
How could you
Fucker.
forget?
Oh, okay. Is it my vitality maybe then? I don't know. Was I embered there? I think I might have been. Shoot. This just isn't gonna be easy one way or another. Which is so weird. Because my first time fighting him on my main, one go. Did it. I was using scimitars too, so maybe that has something to do with it. My main character, like, I didn't know how good scimitars were. I just went into the game being like, I want to try scimitars this time. And I did. And I had no regrets. It was so good. Those scimitars. So, I'm not sure. I'm approaching this the wrong way, that much is clear. It's just he really rocks your world with the damage he puts out. Dexterity, skill... I don't know. I don't know what's the right decision to make here. We're not going to be doing critical attacks. Fallen foes yield more souls. No. That, I guess? I mean, Ring of Favor. Instead of FP consumption. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's Ember again. Spec into Havel. Fuck respecking into Havel. Why are you obsessed with Havel? I don't think I even have enough points to put into Vitality to put on Havels. I don't have time for that shit. Go fuck yourself with the whip. Dear God. Someone with the great bow and the dragon nest, and he just slid along the zip line. I don't know. I've seen a couple of videos of people exploiting that one glitch that let you float in the dragon's area, which was pretty beautiful. That's the most I've seen though. Oh boy. Oh. Alright, he's hurting. Oh.
Ah, dear little Ocelot, where have you gone?
Nice. That did a little extra damage.
From me? Come out.
That's what weapon art should do.
Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons.
I love that Artorias flip. It's so good. It's so good to have that.
Now, show yourself, Ocelot.
Although, honestly, I think that
Little Ocelot.
the Abyss Watchers kind of outstyle Artorias in some respects. I mean, that those guys are just crazy. Alright. This is the moment of truth. Whoa. Yep. Boy, he's gonna charge. Ah, he's gonna bite. Oh, now he's gonna charge. I think... Oh! I'm not gonna think anything yet. I have no thoughts. No thoughts on the matter. Ah, Jesus. You're relentless! Get out! Leave me be. Okay, good. That went over my head. I feel like From Software has always taken the cake for me for like most badass fucking dragon fights. And like it's always difficult to make a dragon fight, and they do generally have to kind of compromise, because you cannot be jumping around like a crazy person fighting dragons in these games. You're kind of grounded, so the dragon also has to be grounded. But like they still kind of they mess around with it, the idea of it. Like, Sin, I think, was, like, the most dragon-y dragon fight. And it was a little tedious, because the dragon spent most of its time in the air. But I don't know, I think it was still enjoyable on its merits, kind of. It was one of my favorite fights of the DLC fights, I feel. And the song for that fight was incredible. That's another big part of it for me. Oh boy. Alright. Ooh! Whew. Oh no! Oh boy. Oh boy. If he charges me, yeah, like that. I'm gonna be in bad shape. Fucking hell, Oceiros. Hey, buddy. I nailed the tail. Oh! Oh! I hoped it would go over my head. That little pouch on Oceiros' crotch is bothering the fuck out of me. Yeah. Killed Sin with a bandit knife? That sounds fun. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I liked Sin. I fought him a couple times. He was the most interesting of the bunch to me. I think Calamite was probably the better of the two. And then Oceiros is like... He's not quite like a proper dragon fight, you know? Like, he's a dragon, but he's more of a... He's a dragonoid. It's dragonoid. And kind of the same thing with, like, Seath. He's not quite a dragon fight. He's like a weird, tentacly wizard dragon thing. Which other ones? I guess, oh yeah, King of the Storm. King of the Storm is kind of a throwaway, though, because he's the intro to the real, actual fight there. It's like, oh yeah, we have this dragon, but, you know. Certainly not the main attraction. Sin is resistant to dark. The only non-dark. Well, good. I'm glad somebody is. It's kind of weird, though, the poison boss is resistant to dark. I guess it kind of makes sense, doesn't... Well, luck wasn't in that, but luck improves, like... I think your resistances, generally. I'm not getting to that point there, but I mean, like... I don't know. Poison is already one of those kinds of things, so maybe it just slots under the kind of status ailment type dealies. I wonder if he's bleed resistant too. It's Sin. Hey.
Dear little Ocelot.
Dear little Ocelot. Ow, oh, you fucker.
How quickly you forget.
Dear little Ocelot. I've certainly tried out a lot of different play styles over the course of this playthrough with the horror. We started with whips, we went more into sorceries, and now we're going straight strength. Well, strength dex. But you know, we're using a greatsword, so the strength is really coming through a little more significantly. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Getting my stance ready. Oh, what am I gonna do? When am I gonna do it? Whoa. Kill the final boss with dual whips. You know what, I will. That'll be a hell of a trip. Usually I play this fight so, like, mindlessly. Not mindlessly, but just... I just kind of go with the flow and it tends to work out. It's not quite happening this time around.
Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons.
I'm King Vendrick. I'm Marvelous Chester. I'm a hunter, sure.
Little ocelot.
The dude grew up in, I think, Northern Ireland, William Houston. What a cool guy. What a cool place. It's a cool place to grow up, maybe. I don't know. Northern Ireland. Talked about religion kind of being an issue. It's like, yeah, a lot of the pitfalls of religion you get over there in Ireland. A lot of fear tactics and gross stuff like that. But he seemed like a very level-headed person. He said he played Dark Souls. He's like, I had to get to the point, you know, where I was in the game. And so he at least got through to Artorias of the Abyss, which implies that he beat at least Ornstein's Smo and got through there, Sanctuary Guardian and all that. And that's impressive. I respect that guy. He's a cool dude. He talked about playing World of Warcraft. I don't know, like seeing an older guy do that kind of stuff is just like, it gives me hope that I can grow up and be an old man and still be a giant stupid nerd. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my career. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. But as long as I'm like 50 years old and can say that a Shakespearean actor was a fan of Dark Souls when I was like 22, like that's good shit. I can enjoy that. Sorry, William Houston, I love you, man. But, it's time for us to move on. That went really well. How many Estus did I have left? I had 8 Estus. I just ruined him. Oh my god. So, whew. With all that whipping, you can confirm that the whore is indeed into BDSM. Well, hey, let's not make any assumptions here. I don't know that it's gonna be canon that you're gonna find the whore in a lot of gimp suits. Maybe 1 or 2. but you know, he'll be able to explain. It was a weird situation. He lost several bets in a row. Wasn't there something I remember in Archdragon Peak, somebody translated the writing on the stones, and it was actually just like little bits from an Arabic newspaper or something crazy like that. And it was just generic stuff like, I don't know, you know, the grocery store reopened after blah blah blah. I don't know. Some silly crap. I don't know exactly what it was, but does it look like this chest has writing on it? I think it's just Grime that I'm reading as a rating, since there's all this other stuff around. Thanks, Macon Writer. I'm glad I finally pulled it off. It took long enough, you know? Let's see what we have here. Mirror chainmail. We did pick up that guy's armor, didn't we? Or no, do you get his armor later? I guess you get his armor later, yeah. What we did get was the more important Path of the Dragon thingamajig. Is this where you get the armor? No, you just get another Titanite scale. Monster ahead. So yeah. So this is our first of 2 optional areas that we just gained access to by killing Oceiros. The other one we get from the gesture that we just learned that I equipped, the Path of the Dragon. We use this in a particular location, it takes us to Archdragon Peak, and we'll do that soon enough. But first we have somebody arguably much worse than Oceiros to deal with. This guy gets me stuck for hours sometimes. This is a bad boss. Not a bad boss. He's bad man. He's a bad man. Oh god. This could be troublesome. Okay, good. Huh. That was the only one that transformed. That's actually really lucky. The other 2 don't want shit to do with me. And we got the storyteller staff. Nice. Hoyoke! Bop. Hoyoke! Bop. I thought that they all transformed together though, so that's kind of funky that they didn't do it this time. Oh well. Corvians, what are you gonna do with them? So this area should seem fairly familiar because it's the opening area of the game. Albeit this time with some nastier enemy accompaniments. Oh boy. Didn't mean to kick, but I'll take it, I guess. Mini Oceiros. You think this face is into some kinky shit? You know, what'd be great is if the horror is just super vanilla. Like, I could imagine him being vanilla. Like, I doubt many ladies have looked upon the horror and been like, yeah, I want to get with that. So he's just like, I guess that could tie into some frustrations or some abnormalities. Maybe he's a little kinky, but I don't think in that way. The horror's into, I don't know. The horror's into something dumb, like, I can't think of anything good. He likes to balance a cup of tea on his head while he's jerking it, and then when he's done, he sips the tea. He likes to steep his crotch. He likes to steep his crotch with the tea. Oh my god, what the fuck? See, now there's something that you develop from like a long time of not understanding how these things work. Oh, the horror. I'm so sorry. Alright. This is how I like to do this, one at a time. I really love the blur effect as they, you know, as they're far away. It looks really nice. Okay. Whew, a little close. Ow. Not as much of a problem anymore. Did we ever kill the one in the opening area? I think we did. I don't remember, but I think we did. Bop. 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 It'd suck if you could have low enough base health to not survive some of the falls the game asks. That could be bad, yeah. But if I remember, I know in Dark Souls 2 I think it was this way. I think it's the same way here, but I thought that drops were a percentage health drop so that couldn't happen. I don't know about Demon Souls if it worked the same way. Because that was one where they did legitimately ask you to do some pretty funky falls. But, yeah, I think generally they keep a system so that stuff doesn't happen. We got 7. If we get one more Titanite scale, then we can upgrade our our sword again. Should be very nice. Maintain the belief that champ only has like 2 or 3 new attacks. Yeah, he only gains a couple because he loses a second form, but he gets a few new ones. Stuff like the shoulder check and the kick, like you don't notice them as much when you first fight him. Maybe the kick, but the shoulder check, like he just goes insane with that stuff. He starts using it all the damn time, and it's the worst. Oh, come out already. It's like, nah, I'm gonna take my sweet time spawning into your world. Oh yeah, you wanna go with this? Bonk! Oh, ow, ooh, ow. Good. Alright. I wasn't even concerned about hitting her. I just wanted him out of the picture. Friggin' Creamhild. I wonder what the Daughter of Crystal thing implies. Is she like... I don't know. Did the Crystal Sages have babbies? Creamhild. Yeah, there's not a lot about Creamhild in the game, is there? I don't recall there being too much of an explanation for her. She's just kind of there and a sorcerer, and she appears in the Grand Archive, so she's definitely associated with Lothric in some way. She appears along with, what's his name? Not Leonhard. That's our Fingers of Rosaria guy. He's Ringfinger Leonhard. I'm thinking of you can only summon him in a couple spots, or actually I think just in High Wall of Lothric. Oh lord, stop! Oh! That's embarrassing. What the fuck? That was annoying as hell. I was cornered. It was all a trap. But yeah, it was the guy who has the Faram armor. Also, that's interesting to talk about. If the Nameless King does have a name, would it be Faram? Because I read a really convincing theory that because what is it? Or not Faram. What is the name of that set? Is it the Faram set? Ferosa. The Ferosa Knights were like, you know, that's the lion dudes. And they were like, they served a war god, right? So they got the war god. We know that the firstborn was a god of war. And, you know, being all the history was stricken away, you know, eventually it becomes, you have the Faram armor set, and you have the Ferosa Knights. But with the Faram armor set, it mentions that it's named after a god of war, I think. So would that make the Nameless King King Faram? I don't know. That's what I understood from like reading the whole theory thing on that, and it was like it seemed fairly grounded. Like it made logical sense. They weren't pulling too much from anything, but it just, the few item descriptions and stuff they used, because you have the War God Great Shield, definitely ties in that they worship a god of war, the Lion Knights, and then the Faram Shield is associated with Ferosa, so I don't know. It seems legit to me. Ow. Hey Vincent. How you been? I'm kind of wanting to see if I can finish the game today. We have 2 more optional areas, and then we have the rest of Lothric Castle to go through. I just defeated Oceiros, which is why we're here now. And then I just got Archdragon Peak after this. I mean, there's still a fair amount to do, but... Getting a call from Allie. Hello. Hey. Not too busy. I'm streaming right now, but what's up? Jerk. Dark Souls tree. Yeah. I'm wearing a pointy hat. It's like a Robin Hood hat, and it was just like, hey, can you make like the brim like this much larger? And he just does the I caught a fish this big arm motion, and they're like, yeah, we can do that for you. Yes, that too. The biggest bitch. Okay. I'm planning on going for a while. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to take a break in an hour to go feed the cats and also have dinner and stuff, but yeah. Kids. I got this, girl. I believe in you. Pointy hat, goodbye. There was Allie. I just wanted to go back and get my Estus back so we can bum rush the boss door. I don't want to go into this fight without like 9 Estus. It's Irvine's hat. It's Ferris's hat. Unless, I don't know. I don't know who Irvine is. Is that another Berserk thing? Because I only know the broadest, like, surface things about Berserk from videos I've watched referring to Dark Souls and Berserk references and stuff like that. And they never mention if that is, I don't know. I have no idea. Irvine, not Irving. I read that as a G, I don't know why. Alright. Let's go, fella. Let's fight about it. Let's duke it out, let's tussle. But first I'm actually gonna go grab this. I think it's a Black Knight weapon. Yeah, Black Knight glaive. That's a pretty funny place for a weapon right there. It's just kind of right in the corner of the boss fight. Like, huh, what's that shiny thing? Usually they don't do that because it distract you. But nope. Although I guess Storm King, they had like a fair amount of stuff. I almost got kicked off the cliff. I want to be careful about that. Whew. I'm nearly gaining back the stamina to dodge this shit. Oh, I fucking hate this. That shit's bad. Oh god. Yep. So this is second phase, where he gets angry. Ow. He loves those follow-up kicks in the face. It's pretty bad about that. Oh. No. Ow. Damn it. Oh no. Forgot the shoulder check. Always the shoulder check. Yeah. And another swing. And another swing. And a kick. I even like, I can foresee it happening, but I don't know. I just want to get an attack in, damn it. That's this fight, really. It's a lot of trading shots because you don't know when he's gonna leave himself open. You just kind of want it to be over sooner than later. Fuck you! This one leaves him open, that's for sure. You get at least one free shot for that. Ah, fucker. Oh, please don't. Yeah, okay, he sometimes does that. I'm just glad the shoulder check missed, because that's a nasty combo. If he lifts you in the air with the halberd and then shoulder checks you, like, that shit hurts. He's also just so much more active than his tutorial form. I think he is, like, legit at least, I don't know, 25% faster. Maybe not even, but I'm gonna play it safe here. Estus. Oh, you're done. Oh, fuck. Okay, good, you're done. First try! That makes no sense. I had so much trouble with Oceiros, and then I one-shot Gundyr, who I get stuck on for hours. Oh, man. Wait, he can do that? Gundyr can fall off and hop back on the cliff? I want to see video of that if that's a thing, because that sounds insane. He was like, oh no! Haha, I was kidding! You can't get rid of me that easily. Just shoots back up the cliff. That would be terrible. If he didn't even lose any health, he's just like, I'm back, bitches! You think it's all over, but it's not. That would be a great troll by From, though, because usually when you manage to knock a boss off the cliff, they're done, but usually that's only on, like, very easy early game bosses that can even potentially happen. Although, oh no! Can't you get, one of the... You can get one of the Throne Defender, Throne Watcher to fall off, I think. At least I think I've seen them do that before. At least we got leggings. Wonderful new leggings. Whoosh. Whoosh. Ow. Please stop the whoosh. You can't stop the whoosh. You can't stop the whoosh. Okay. I thought I saw another one running up on me and I was getting very scared. Okay, we're already embered. I should have known that. I can just look at my HUD and know that. We're gonna respawn both of those guys now, but that's okay. Actually, rather than doing anything else, let's go back to Firelink Shrine. Well, we're almost there, but let's go back to proper Firelink Shrine. Actually, this will be a good opportunity to show something kind of fun. This was something I realized when I first played through the game, and we'll see in just a bit here. So I think that's my first tongue butthole that I've put in the game. Yeah, I've been good up to this point. Of course the horror would be the first one to do it, though. I just traded my experience with Oceiros for Champion Gundyr. Yeah, that's probably accurate. If I do terrible on one, I gotta redeem myself on the other, so... Or if I do great on one, I have to have a lot of trouble with the other to even things out. Just gotta keep it even. Oh, right. Maybe if I talk to Leonhard again, he'll be like, oh, you joined us.
Now invade and come on.
No?
Now come on. Now invade and come on.
Well, I did. Oh, maybe I have to give her a... Pale Tongue before I can continue with his quest line. Okay. Yeah, we wanted to spend souls. That's a thing that we wanted to do. Oh, you know what? Didn't I believe that Grey Rat had some stuff for us.
But I don't want to sit and I consider.
He wants to go to he wants to go to Lothric to pillage, but I'm pretty sure that's a destined death for him if you let him go, so I'm not gonna let him go. If he does die, you get his ashes and you give it to the handmaid, and she just takes care, or she takes all of his stuff and can sell it to you then. What else is there that I might want to buy? I think we bought everything from Uria, but...
Ah, I presume wonderful. With a spouse, the strength to claim the fire is thine.
Quote-unquote spouse.
Prithee rest the fire from its mantle. I, Uria, and all Londor embrace thy impending lordship.
Vincent, I'm probably going to stream for another 20 minutes, and then I have to take care of cats and also dinner. And then I may start streaming again later tonight. If you guys want to come back to watch some more streaming, I'll probably be on... I'll probably be on around 7:30, I want to say. So, if you want to come back around then I will definitely be streaming, and we might even see if we can finish off the game tonight.
No,
Here, so we can give her...
I would...
Can we not give her those?
I know, fine.
So yeah, we can give her all of the dark sorceries, and also Quaylen's stuff, which can only be learned by females, so it's kind of neat. Lots of stuff here. Nothing we can actually really use, though. Oh, we can use Report. You know what? Doing it. That's such a fun spell. I'm gonna use it. That is something I will actually, like...
There is one thing.
Have a lot of fun with. Okay. So yeah, you know what? Screw sorceries.
Back again, I thought.
We don't need any more of these. We're just gonna... I'll buy what I need from them, but my priority from here on out is gonna be more towards... do we have Undead Bone Shard? No, we don't. What was I saying? Priority is going to be more towards I don't know what. Just not sorcery. That's what it's not going to be towards. Yeah, so let's put that stuff away. Great Soul Arrow. And we do still have 2 attunement slots naturally, so there's no reason we can't pop in like Fire Surge or I don't know what. Let's go with Fire Surge. Maybe we'll buy some Pyromancy so we have some options here. Okay, I'm not going to use that. I'm probably not going to use the Brigand Twin Daggers either. Oh, you can use Storyteller stuff. Neat. Don't really need any of them though. Oh, la 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 la. was saying. RA DLCs for Xbox if anyone wants to join. I do want to get the DLC, the Untold Stories DLC on Steam for RE5, because that's something Chris and I never did, was we never played the DLCs, and they looked kind of fun, so I'd like to try them sometime. Ashen Estus. Okay. You know what? Alright, so let's take a look at pyromancies first. And then, oh, we do have enough of those now, so let's upgrade our Wolf Knight Greatsword to its max. Now we just need a Titanite slab, which actually should be able to get fairly soon. I'm not going to trade in the coiled swords, because that's, or coiled sword fragment, because that can be useful, but let's see. Yeah. Let's upgrade this a little. Don't need to use the chunks, don't want to waste them. We don't have enough right now to be squandering them. Ooh, that doesn't need anything, but it uses 2 slots, so that's kind of a pain. This we have enough for, so Fire Orb is good. Chaos Storm. See, I want to have enough left over for certain things. Karthus Flame Arc. I think as long as we have like,
Do not worry.
I don't know how much.
Heed the hundred. Do not worry.
As long as we have like 50 or 60,000, I think we'll be safe. So I might level up once now. Just once though. Fire Whip. I'll use my pocket souls. Not that I have that many, but Crystal and Knight, 10,000. Yeah, we should be okay. We bought a lot of pyromancies there. And then I wanted to make some stuff from Ludlith, just to have. So Undead Report is our number 1. Oh, you need 10 faith for that, so that's unfortunate. Fire Surge or Fire Whip? Fire Whip, I think, usually is kind of underwhelming for me. Yeah, it's just as bad as it was in original Demon Souls. Dark Souls, I mean. So, let's switch that out for Fire Orb, if anything. Okay. Fire Surge I'll keep, because that can be useful. As can Chaos Storm, although that uses 2 slots. Combustion, this, that, the other thing, the other thing, the other thing. Okay. Cool. So let's level up once. And then whatever souls we get from killing Black Knights will suffice for the rest of what we need. I'd like to get my HP to 1,000. So let's keep going for that. Oh no. Let's have 20 decks. I'm gonna hope that we get a lot of souls from the guys leading up there, or we get some pocket souls on the way. I don't know if there are that many pocket souls though. We'll find out. Peace and balls. 431. Can I get through this in 10 minutes? was gonna forego these guys before, but considering I need the souls anyways, I may as well fight them. I'm gonna fight at you. Fight at me, mighty Hulk. Oh no. No, no, no! A little close to the cliff edge for comfort there. No! Whoa! We're both missing. Watch the clumsiest fucks battle to the death. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm sure it won't work. But... nah. That's... sorry, that's just not happening. Ooh, that was nice. Came out pretty fast. Faster than I was expecting. It went rather well. Okay. Now there's some fella here or there. This way, probably. Oh, here's one. Don't need you sneaking up behind me, so... boop! Yes! Oh wow. How is he going through me? I swore there was another one back here too. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. My memory is kind of bad on their placement. I was expecting more Black Knights here. I always remembered there being like a fair few of them. I know there's one around this corner here. Yeah? Yeah. I remembered that at least.
Okay, I'm off.
Alright.
To fix and the cat, your cat is under my car.
Oh, again? Damn it. Oh yeah, so he is. We have this new stray cat. There were already like 3 or 4 stray cats on the property. There was Rusty, his brother, Maya, and Tom, who was living in the garage because he had an injured leg. This new one looks just like Tom, but you know, it's not because no injured leg, but same kind of black and white fur. It's more like gray and white. And really interesting. But this cat just showed up out of nowhere, and I've been caretaking on the property since like the beginning of the summer, so I didn't see him until like the other month. And I asked Irene, who's the other person who's always on the property. She's away in Italy with her husband right now. I'm kind of helping take care, along with her father. He's an elderly man. And, yeah. So yeah, but I asked her, and she said she had never seen this cat before, so it's kind of a new addition to this family of strays. On the other hand, I haven't seen Rusty and Tom at all. I have seen Maya. I saw her this morning, but lots of cats. He was so straight back falling down. Yeah, even in death, posture is utmost importance for the Black Knights. Gotta die with dignity. I fell off a cliff. Well, I knew this day would come. Oh no. Oh! Fuck me. I wasn't paying attention to my health. I mean, I didn't even have that much down, but that attack just hurts. And that came out fast. Oh lord. The move literally stabs enemies in the ass. What are you doing, Guadi? Well, maybe that's another one of the horror's many strange kinks. He doesn't know better, okay? Here, I'll disguise myself as one of them. They'll never know! Oh yeah, I learned about, I think it's the Dover Boys or something like that. It's like a spoof of an old show or something, but it was an animation made to spoof that show, and it has this guy Dan Backslide, and Dan Backslide looks like a progenitor of the horror. He's this blue-skinned guy with a big nose, a mustache. He's got black hair. That's the difference. Is the horror went all punk. It's like, fuck you, Dad, and he got his hair dyed purple. But otherwise, they look very similar. And Dan Backslide is like, a runabout. I'll steal it. No one will ever know. And it's a very strange cartoon. I hate Tom. I hate Dick. I hate Larry. They drive me to... I hate those Dover boys. They drive me to drink. And he's drinking, like, lightning speed at the bar. And what's the best is the animation style they use, like, to show very quick zipping from spot to spot. He's got, like, he just suddenly melds across the screen. If you freeze frame it, he looks terrifying. Like, he just turned into an amorphous blob. But, yeah, I love it. It's so good. I need more souls, so that's why I'm still fiddling around with the Black Knights. I thought they gave more souls. Maybe I was thinking of New Game Plus soul rates. What's your soul rate? 2,400 a kill. It's gonna be a long night. But yeah, so we can't access any areas above Firelink Shrine. It's kind of just Firelink Shrine, that's it. Although I think, I don't know. Yeah, there's not too much. It's more or less identical to normal Firelink Shrine here in the Untended Graves. But when you first get here, it's like a pretty crazy mindfuck. It's like discovering the real location, the real world location, Bloodborne of the Hunter's Dream. It's like that. That would be the equivalent. They kind of pull that again here. But here it's like, I don't know if it's more significant or I don't know. It's neat either way. But yeah, so I put down that message before, right? You see, check your message. This is my first time being here. But Tongue Butthole appears in both worlds, so this occupies somehow the same exact space as before. Now there is actually a third Firelink Shrine, but I don't know if that one's still connected or if it's considered separate. It's one thing I'm not totally certain about. So they took off the ladder from here. Ladder's gone. Can't open these doors. I think we'll have something to discuss with Ludleth once we get back from this. You bastard! That's awesome. I didn't know you could put in something like that. You bastard! So then, of course, we have all of the various thrones of the Lords of Cinder. Can't put anything down here, though. They're all missing. The lords go without the thrones. And you see the coiled sword isn't even there. Well. Yay! It is there, but it's not. Not quite. Wait, I don't need to be up here. Why am I here again? So we grab this coiled sword fragment. Time for play dead. Could this be a bonfire? So what the coiled sword fragment does is it's basically your aged feather from Dark Souls 2. It's infinite homeward bones. You can trade it into Pickle Pea, the crow, and get a Titanite slab for it, but I'm not going to do that this time.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb wandereth in, with nary a peep from the bell. Well, thou shouldst my purpose know. What can this old handmaid provide thee?
I don't think I have tried that before, Sai, but tell me what happens. I'm curious. Let's get these. Just max these out. They're so inexpensive. And we won't need those anymore. I guess I'll buy these. Okay.
To skirt the curse's grasp, tarry not for long. 'Tis dark for now.
Roll,
and
she
not a
recognizes
soul
you.
stirs.
Ah.
But remember,
Do you mean
fire
she
is
recognizes you as if
free
you've talked to her before in that location, or
Or perhaps
so like it implies she's the same one somehow?
like the poor girl.
That is interesting. Yeah, this part weirds me out. I'm still not certain what the implications are
Tis dark
with all
like
this.
best not.
Best not tarry long. But yeah, like everybody's gone except her. She just likes to hang around here. Gives you some impression there's something weird going on with the handmaiden still. Excuse me. Let there be, you bastard, or death. Kind of implies she met you. Huh. That's neat. So yeah, nothing to find here now. The only other thing of relevance I'm pretty sure for the area is we're about to go get. It's only a short snippet though. Huh. That's interesting. Alright, let there be I. That's weird. That wall doesn't fade, it just pops out of existence. And we get the eyes of a firekeeper. A pair of dark eyes, said to be the eyes of the first firekeeper, and the light that was lost by all firekeepers to come, reveals the sightless firekeepers to the sightless firekeepers things that they never should never see. Reveals horrors to the sightless firekeeper. The horror! Oh, that's perfect. It reveals horrors. I'm a horror. Oh, you stupid idiot.
Well, Rod, what can this be?
Okay, let's fashion souls up a little more. Let's get our skinny jeans on. Let's get our Wolf Knight skinny jeans. I don't understand that. How the fuck do you work, Artorias? How did you fit your feet in those leggings? Like, look at this. I'm pretty sure our feet are like 10 times wider than that. Like, if you actually looked underneath Artorias' armor, if you stripped him down, if you were about to do the dirty with Artorias, he'd have like room for 2 toes. He'd have a big toe and his index toe. Crazy. He's insane. You're out of control, Artorias. And like everything else is generally pretty acceptable, except of course, I don't know, I guess that's still kind of alright. But he's a silly ass man. Whoosh. Full hipster. Yeah. That's the problem I always had, like Artorias is cool, but his armor set makes you look like a friggin' silly ponce. Actually, how is it doing? It is better defense on the gloves. But what's more important? The gloves or fashion souls? I think we all know the answer to that. It's not that much of a difference, actually. And then... Okay. Guess it's about time for us to head out back to Firelink, and actually for me to head out and feed the cats, so... Wolf Knight Shield plus Firelink Greatsword equals a great shield you can parry with. You know, that's not a bad point. I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna hold you to that. No. But I do want to test that. First, let me put away my stuff. I am gonna be streaming later, probably around 7 or 8. So I guess that'll be like hellishly late for you. But, yeah. I'm just gonna, I have dinner. I'm gonna have dinner and then take care of the animals, and then when I get back, I'm gonna see if I can finish this playthrough in the last session. Oh, we can use the Dragon Slayer Great Bow now. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay. Yeah, I've really swapped out for just a pure quality build at this point. It's pretty much. We might do some invasions, because I do have to get another Pale Tongue to do the rest of Leonhardt's quest line. Because we can do that one. I think that's one of the last ones we have. We did Henri, we did Cirrus, we did Siegward. Greyrat is on his way out, essentially. Anything else? Did Patches. He kind of stays here from this point forward. Yeah, I think that's everything. Good. And elbow leggings. No. Oh. Oh, we have the maiden stuff. I want to be a maiden. Yes! Yes! I am the best maiden. I am a maven of maidens. I am the maiden maven. I think we're good for fashion souls. I'm all fashion soulsed up. Ooh, critical attacks boosted. I don't do a lot of critical attacks, so I don't really need that. So now that I am the prettiest horror, I shall be prepared to go and fight. Fight in Lothrop Castle. Boop.
Welcome home, Veridente.
Alright, I want to give her the eyes. That'll be the last thing I do, and then I'll head out. And we'll be back later, so.
Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we firekeepers have been missing.
Alright, that's all good. Huggles, I'm glad to have you glad to have you here. Glad you could come for however long you can stay. Okay.
Ashen One, my thanks for the eyes thou'st given. But Firekeepers and these will reveal a world with Ashen One.
Yes.
Of course, I serve thee and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame. Until the day of thy grand betrayal.
I love that you kind of have this plan you hatch with her. Because Ludleth mentions that you're both kind of prisoners of fate, and you're kind of going against that. Spooky. What else? Oh, talk to Ludleth.
Ashen One, forgive me if this soundeth strange.
Yeah, she works the same way the doll does in Bloodborne if you do gestures.
A vast stretch of darkness, but 'tis different to what is seen when stripped of vision.
I don't think she does it while talking to you, though.
I sense the presence of tiny flames, like precious embers, left to us by past lords, linkers of the fire. Could this be what draws me to this strangely enticing darkness? Ashen One, if thine heart should bend, kill me, and strip these eyes from my person. I will return as the Firekeeper I once was, as it has always been. Farewell, Ashen One. Mayst thou thy peace discover.
I'm gonna point at you. Nothing for that. What if we do like a quiet resolve? She's like, I dig it. I know if you do fair Legion etiquette, she's like, I don't like that. She kind of like turns away. She's like, I'm not a fan. Yeah. That one's my favorite. She does a little twirl. Bop. We just headbutted each other. She laughs. By my sword. Yeah, there's a bunch of those. What does she do for the patches? The old patches squat. She's like, could you not? I mean, that is the proper response to a patches squat, I feel. How about just dying? Blah. She thinks it's funny. That is a lot of fun. Alright, Ludleth, and then check my other file for what Sai was saying about the Great Shield, because I do have everything needed for that, I'm pretty sure. So let's give that a shot. What do we have available? Nothing I can use for those. Chaos Bed Vestiges, Old King Greathammer. Dancer's Enchanted Swords we could use, which are fun. Oh no, you need 9 miracles, so never mind. Gundyr's Halberd. Gundyr. Might pull that out, yeah. Because I'm not a big fan of the Prisoner's Chain, really. Yorm's Great Shield, Dark Moon Longbow, Profaned or Judgment? Huh. I don't know. I think the Great Sword of Judgment I like a little better. Because I think it can enchant itself or something? I think so. Life Hunt Sight, that's from Aldrich. The Dancer. want to buy the Moonlight Greatsword. That's from Oceiros' soul. Dancer's Enchanted Swords, let's do. And then I guess I'll pick up Norm's Great Machete. I can't use Chaos Bed Vestiges anyways. I guess I'll save up for it anyways, though. So we can do White Dragon Breath, which I am not going that far into Magic. Even if I was doing a Sorcerer build, no way that's happening. Okay.
I took...
Oh, did I miss dialogue from him? He talks about, you know, if you saw anything strange. And she asks if, you know, Ludleth has said anything strange, actually, I think.
Aha, that so. The eyes show a world destitute of fire. A barren plain of endless darkness. A place born of betrayal.
Betrayal.
So, I willed myself, Lord, to link the fire, to paint a new vision. What is thine intent? The eyes show a...
Yep. So that's kind of interesting.
I took the mantle of Lord of Cinder of mine own volition. I speak these words with pride. Choose thy fate alone. Seize it with thine own hands. All the more should thy fate entail such foul betrayal.
I like the way Ludleth puts that too, and I like that he's played as a very straight character. He's not like, he doesn't have ulterior motives. He's not like planning something big to get back at you or whatever. He knows his duty and he bears it with pride, like he says. I think that's really respectable. And I think he's like a big point of, like, you know, for linking the fire. It's a noble sacrifice to him, and he understands why he has to do it, and he's all right with that. To play a part in a greater thing, and it's a selfless, you know, self-sacrifice. But I like that he is still, you know, open, that, you know, seize your fate with your own hands, and, you know, especially if it entails such foul betrayal. He does kind of like put you off of it, but he's like, you know, if you're gonna go down a path, you gotta walk it yourself, and he's not gonna make it for you. You make your own decision. So I like that about him. I think it's neat. Okay. So that said, we're going to be continuing next time from... I guess we have a couple choices. I might go straight to Archdragon Peak, so we'll save it for that. But yeah. So let's quit out of here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on my main character, just test out that Firelink Greatsword thing and see what happens with it. And then I'll be back later. Hopefully sooner than later, but yeah. Okay. So here's my main man. 265 hours on him. Like, oh my lordy. Which we're at? We're at 22 hours for the horror, so this hasn't been a bad playthrough. I think it's faster than my my first one. So there's that. Oh right. Pretend you didn't see that or any of this. Don't look anywhere. None of this is here. That doesn't matter. I've already uploaded so much Dark Souls 3 content. I went through various playthroughs, videos of this character, so it's not really that much of a concern. Okay. So we wanted Firelink Greatsword first of all, which is here. It's close to here. Here's my million Zweihander, so I had every enchantment type. I just bought an excessive amount of Greatswords. Or Zweihanders, rather. Two-handers. Zweihander. And then we want to do the Wolf Knight Greatshield. Oops. Don't need Havels. Okay. Let's test this theory of yours. I'm not sure. It might just do the weapon art. Because I don't think the parry is the weapon art. That's like the one-handed. But let's see what happens. Oh, no, you're right. Yep. Wield a great shield and then just friggin'... That is kind of impressive, I must say. Alright. So yeah, if you want to wield a great shield and still be able to parry, this is your jam. And yeah, that is the weapon art, I guess. I thought it was like all the crazy spinny shit, but that's just like the strong attack or whatever. Or it's the L1. Set to the L1. The craziest weapon. I really love the Firelink Greatsword. The Abyss Watcher stuff. The Firelink Greatsword. It's so flashy. It's so fucking flashy. It's so good. Anyways, well, that's that confirmed for you. I dig it. Back to my old stuff, though. Actually, why do I have the Shield of Want out? That's weird. I guess I just like the design on it. That's why I kept it out. Because the Black Knight shield is better than it in every way. Like, it is... There's no reason to use it, but I keep it out anyways. Cause, I don't know, I guess I'm sentimental. That was my main shield in Dark Souls 2. And it was better in Dark Souls 2. It was one of the better shields, I'm pretty sure. So... Anyways. And yeah, I finally went and got the Twin Prince's Greatsword, because I didn't realize that existed. That, like... I thought you just had Lothric's Holy Sword, and you had Lorien's Greatsword, and that was it. And then somebody... I think it was... who was it? It was Gravedigger Vincent, I think, had it? Either that, or... forget their name. The one who was playing I'm Back. I think that was who it was, but it could have been either of them. But they had this, and I was like, that doesn't look like Lorien's, because Lorien's is, like, more burnt and, crazy looking. So I was like, where'd you get that? And they're like, oh, you just combine them like the Northern Regalia. I was like, holy shit, there's that in this game? I thought that was really cool to find out. And I had no idea until somebody told me on stream a week or so ago. So that blew my mind. So I got it, and then I had to go make the other ones, and I ended up doing this playthrough. I haven't done a lot of the optional stuff yet in this playthrough because of that. But anyways, that's that. We'll pick this back up later tonight. Only one more optional area, two more, I guess 3 more main areas, but one of them couldn't even really consider a main area. It's so short. It's just kind of the final stretch, but... And then we wait for the DLC in October. Excited for that. What is your general opinion on Dick's outro? Really? I don't know. Everybody around me keeps referencing it, and I'm like, okay. I guess it's kind of funny, but I feel like the context is totally out of proportion of, like, the Harambe thing. I think the zoo even was like, could you please not make a meme out of our dead gorilla? And the internet's like, no! Wait a month until it's dead. Until it's a dead meme. So, that's pretty silly. Yeah, so, alright, I'm gonna head out, guys. Take care and see y'all later. Thanks for coming by.